Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, inshallah, we'll be talking about 7 signs to see if this is the month when the Mahdi will appear, or if we will see some alamat as-sa'a. Now, when I say the Mahdi will appear this Ramadan, I don't really mean it, because Allah knows only when he will appear. So don't put a comment blaming me for that. Number 1 sign that we might see that the Mahdi or the Qiyamah sign will appear this month, this Ramadan, would be solar and lunar eclipse. Muhammad ibn Ali, he was reportedly said, and this hadith is fabricated. This is actually not even a hadith. This is a statement from Muhammad ibn Ali. He said basically that when you see the Mahdi will appear, you will see at the same time that the lunar eclipse will take place on the first night of the first Ramadan. Means it will be visible at the same time. The lunar eclipse, you will see it clearly. Means it will be a full lunar eclipse, okay, from the moon. It is not halfway through, unlike the sun. So we'll talk about the sun. So he said you will see the lunar eclipse, you will feel it without any doubt, without any problem. And that will happen on the first night of the Ramadan. This Ramadan, we do not know, Allahu Alam, what will happen, or the next Ramadan, would we see lunar eclipse happening? We do not know. But he said this is going to be a sign. The other thing he also mentioned about the the sun, is that it will be eclipsed halfway through. Means you will not see the entire lunar eclipse. Okay, you will only see, solar eclipse. You will only see halfway through lunar eclipse. Number 2 sign to find out if this is going to be the end of the world or the end of the time is that, dear brothers and sisters, loud noise will come. There is one hadith, and this is a hadith that was reported by one of the classical scholars in his book of Fitan. We do not know for sure if this is something we can attribute directly to him, but nevertheless it was said that people will hear loud noise and they will not be able to find the source of the noise. Some people might say this could be the meteor that will be hitting the earth. There will be some other explosions, some sort of noise that will come, and people will try to find out where it is coming from, and this is important, they will not be able to find. Number 3 is that, dear my sisters, people will become more miserable this Ramadan, and the following years it will be much worse. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, yukashuh, their people, they are in their heart, they will be very, very miserable. In other words, people will really not find it much peaceful when they will go into the month of Ramadan. They will still hold back. They will not forgive each other. They will not pay in charity. They will not be as happy as they were before. And wallahi, if you take a look at our past, you can say it for yourself. You can testify for yourself. When you were younger, when we used to go to the Eidgah, that's what we call it back home, where we go for the prayer, Eid prayer, we were happy, we were excited. We were so excited, we could not wait to meet people and dress up, and ask for those money, the money we get from our elders. It was a great occasion for all of us, an occasion of happiness. But today, you see this smile from the face of people is missing big time. This is going to be an end of time sign, and Rasulullah, he said that is because people will become so miserable that you will see that clearly on their faces, and that could happen this Ramadan. We might see more and more people, grumpy people. So be happy, have a nice face, and inshallah Allah will reward you for that. Ramadan, now this is my 4th point. Ramadan, people will follow non-Muslims. We have seen this every single year. The way the Christians, they decorate their houses before Christmas, exactly the same thing happening with the Muslims. Unfortunately, we see Muslims, instead of preparing for Ramadan from a spiritual point of view, they are preparing their houses. This is not something we should be doing. We should not be following the kuffar, but we are following them and we love it. And wallahi, today, if you are not decorating your house for Ramadan, means you're really not into it, means you're really not excited, happy about Ramadan. Well, I'm happy inside of my heart. And this is going to be my number 5th point. Yahudi, the Jew, they will double down on their effort to build the 3rd temple. We have seen, dear brothers and sisters, every single year past, at least what I remember, 10 years maybe or even more, they are waging war on Masjidul Aqsa, on Muslims, every single Ramadan. This is an effort from them to establish the third temple, because they, as I said, they are going there, doing this in a covert way. They are sneaking into the masjid, but slowly but surely over time what they want is to completely get rid of the Masjid al-Aqsa and build the third temple. And this is why we see every Ramadan, wallahi, every Ramadan they wage war. This Ramadan I'm expecting something even much worse, but subhanallah, right now they have their own problems going on in Israel. We do not know what it will take them to, but definitely this is something we need to make dua for the brothers and sisters of Palestine and also from around the world. Number 6, dear brothers and sisters, very very important and interesting. So the Islamic Affairs Ministry, they have issued a decree on March 3rd that you cannot have iftar outside masjid. You cannot make adhan that can be heard from outside the masjid. They are becoming, in other words, very very strict. And this is not what I'm saying only. There are a lot of other reporters, a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters, they're noticing that too. That Saudi Arabia, for some weird strange reason, they're making it hard and hard for the Muslims to share Ramadan with other people, to be happy about Ramadan. I do not know why he is doing this, but this is something we are seeing happening in Saudi Arabia. So this Ramadan they are getting a bit stricter. Next Ramadan, we do not know what else they will do. Would they move or remove the Maqam al-Ibrahim, because that is where the Mahdi is supposed to give bayah, or people will give bayah to Mahdi rather. We do not know what Saudi Arabia is planning, but this is something that a lot of people have noticed, that Saudi Arabia is now becoming a lot tighter when it comes to religious practices. We do not know why they're doing it. Again, number 7 point, dear brothers and sisters, and this is my last point, very very interesting for all of us, and important, I should say, very very important for all of us, and that is that Ramadan is a month when we are supposed to be acquiring piety, taqwa, but this is going to stop. Why? Because the Prophet said that the end of time, fitan will increase. When fitan will increase means tests, trials, tribulations. That means people will lose their sincerity, because people are so overwhelmed with the fitan that they will, some of them, I mean a lot of Muslims are leaving Islam. A lot of them are saying goodbye. I can't do it. It's too much for me. The Prophet he prophesied before the end of time, this is going to be the situation of the heart of the people. So when we go into Ramadan with all these nice lectures, acquire piety, taqwa, a lot of brothers, wallahi, in this month they're committing more and more sins for whatever reason. And this is going to be a fulfillment of the coming of the prophecy, where Rasulullah said that the fitan will increase, people will become more miserable, and you will see tests and trials and tribulations will be overwhelming. And at the same time, people are so busy with social media, they spend most of the time whether on Facebook, Instagram or YouTube, or some people they waste their time sleeping in the month of Ramadan. So we are losing the importance of Ramadan and the opportunity that we have to acquire piety and taqwa. May Allah we ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to grant us piety and taqwa and make us of those who will be going into this month to achieve la'allakum tattaqun that he mentioned in the Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.